All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Wednesday night Team Believe It's a Seed weekly update call. This is your host, Ann and Nick Brown, all the way from Accokeek, Maryland. And let's see who we have on the line. Please give us your name and where you're calling from.
Iantha Green, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Awesome. There she is, Miss Iantha Green. Who else do we have out there?
Alicia Monday is away from Foster, Maryland.
Alicia Monday, all the way from Forestville. Awesome, awesome. Who else do we have out there?
Michelle McDaniel, Severn.
There she is, Michelle McDaniel, Severn, Maryland. Welcome to the call. Who else do we have out there?
Michelle with two L's from Southern Maryland.
All right. She's awake. Welcome to the call.
Yes.
Awesome. Welcome. Anybody else out there, please give us your name and where you're calling from. All right. Well, we're going to go on and get started like we always do with our kudos, shout outs, and high fives. If you have any kudos, shout outs, and high
Not
fives.
out there?
I'm sorry?
The Travel King. He not out there?
The Travel King is present.
All right.
And about to be on camera in a sec. What's going on, everybody? This is Vincent with one V and one T.
Awesome. All right. So we're going to get started with our kudos, shout outs, and high fives. Did anyone have any kudos, shout outs, and high fives? And please make sure you're shouting out yourself because we don't know what you're doing if you don't tell us. Any kudos, shout outs, and high fives out there?
I'm gonna go ahead on and kick us off. And I'm giving myself kudos and shout outs because when I went to my dentist appointment this week, I was talking to the hygienist and she was just talking about different things and she was saying how much she loves to travel and how many trips she has. I said, oh, okay. So who books it for you? She said, I do it myself and I normally go solo. So I just started talking to her a little bit and she said, but I don't really want to do it for anybody else. I just want to save. So I'm like, okay, not a problem. Can I get your information? Because I think we really need to talk since you want to save. So I just sent her the Vortex and she did create her account and sign up. So
Awesome. Well, awesome. There you go. We'll definitely talk to her about the membership because she can definitely save. So that's awesome. Congratulations. Way to go, Michelle. Any more kudos, shout outs, and high fives?
Yeah, well, I might as well follow my namesake and give you my take. So this week I got 4 new contacts. And connecting with some people and had a wonderful time when I Believe and Succeed team members at a jazz brunch at Astoria Costa, and that was amazing. And I was also on the team builder call on Saturday, so that was always enriching and enlightening, getting that information from our owner, Dr. Christopher Coakley. So I'm still moving. I'm not dead yet.
All right. All right. Well, congratulations. Kudos for all you're doing. Awesome way to go and keeping your business in sight. Awesome. Anybody else? Any kudos, shout outs, and high fives?
Yes, we finally got one of our person that had been member correctly signed up and became SBA yesterday, and so that's cleared. And so still working on, like Michelle was saying, got a couple of new names over the weekend, and I got to work on those. And then the other situation that came through last night, and still working through. So still working, still hanging in here.
All right. Okay. Well, awesome. Well, that's well, congratulations on your effort and everything that you accomplished. Awesome. Any more kudos, shout outs, and high fives?
Oh, I also watched was able to be on the Saturday's call last week. Most of the time I'm on there.
Awesome, awesome. It's a good call, very good
Yeah.
call. It was a really good call. So awesome. Anybody else have any kudos, shout outs, and high fives?
Well, while we were out and about, we made 5 new contacts this weekend, so time to follow up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, and we got some no's. We followed up and we got some no's. So that's good too. You know, no's. And with the more no's we get, the closer we get to a yes. And so we've got some no's and we're just going to continue to follow up. Awesome. Way to go. Way to go, Nick Brown, for putting us in there.
Here's one thing I'd like to add. When you're talking to people and they've seen a presentation and they say they're excited and they're ready to get started, and then they say, oh, I need to go ahead and get my 3, please make sure they don't talk to anybody until after you sit down with them and show them how to do that. Because we have one of those persons, oh yeah, man, I got the 4 people I know gonna sign up, so we're gonna waive that $99. And I said, please don't talk to nobody while you're on this trip. So of course they didn't heed what we said, and all the people who they thought was gonna go ahead and sign up said, nah, I don't think so. So now they backtrack. So now we're gonna set up a travel party where they. Now, one thing about it is these people do have a circle of influence. So they don't want to sign up until they already have their 3 people. So we scheduling a travel process. We're not coming down there unless you got at least 10 to 15 people. And I don't think they'll have any problem getting 10 to 15 people. From those 10 or 15 people, we might get 2. So I think once he gets 1 or 2, then that will incentivize him to go ahead and move on. Because all the wife wants to do is just travel. But he's still got this thing in his head about paying the $99.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you so much, Nick Brown. Do we have any more kudos, shout outs, and high fives?
Give myself a high five and shout out. Sold a top package about 3 hours ago.
I think I saw that come through.
Yeah, so I'll have some more information next week. But some folks I met, they're out of Atlanta, Georgia. It's a couple, and haven't had a chance to talk to them since they joined, which was about 6:30. But we did talk last night and over text earlier. So kind of reach out to them after this call or first thing in the morning. But I'll have more information next week. So hopefully be able to fully introduce them on the call next week. But got one and possibly another one coming.
Awesome, awesome. Way to go, way to go. Awesome. There you go. Congratulations. All right. Any more kudos, shout outs, and high fives?
2 more people signed up for the bus tour today.
Way to go. Keep passing out those flyers. Looks like you're going to have a full bus, a full trip. That's awesome. Way to go. All right. Any more kudos, shout outs, and high fives?
Yes, kudos to myself. I created me and chat created my
Your invitation? Your travel party flyer?
grand opening flyer for the July the 18th.
July the 18th. Oh, I'm glad you said that. Because Alicia's July the 18th. It looks like we were trying to do something on July 18th. Michelle McDaniel's trying to do something. Michelle, what time were you thinking about on July 18th? Alicia's looking at 5 o'clock.
Oh, I was looking at 4, but I can do 3.
Okay. That would allow us to go to support yours and then come back to come back closer to DC and support Alicia. I know Michelle was looking at doing something on the 18th as well, but Michelle, I texted you and said that Angela was not available, so I don't know if you still want to try to do something.
Yeah, I got it. I just saw it before I got on.
Okay, great. But the 18th, we can still maximize that the 18th. And so Michelle, if you want to do yours at 3 and Alicia does hers at 5, that would be great. That would be great. And we may try to see if maybe we could do a brunch in earlier in the day as well, maybe a brunch or coffee at TJ's or something like that, PJ's. But anyway, the 18th looks like it's shaping up. So
what's the two events?
I just said that Alicia's travel party is at 5. Michelle just said she wanted
okay,
travel party at
all right.
3. Right. We were just talking about that. So at any rate, so we can definitely make that happen on the 18th. Did you have something you'd like to add, Nick? Okay. Okay, great. So congratulations to you guys, and good job. And I know that Nick and I had something on that day as well, but we haven't solidified a place and arrangements and everything. So if you all already have something in place, we'll definitely accommodate you, because you've already gotten your things in place, and we'll figure out what we can do on the 18th as well. So we may have 3 events on the 18th, but right now we've got 2. If y'all would go into the Team Believe It's Succeed Facebook page on the calendar, and if you would just put your travel parties on the calendar. Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Right.
All right, great. Okay, so Nick Brown, did you have any announcements? I know you were on the director's call. Did you have any announcements for the team?
Well, everybody that's going to be going to convention, we're going to come out a new company. Dr. Coakley is working on some new technology that he's been talking about for the last 3 weeks, to where the point that being able to book things on TravManage is going to be so simple. You're going to be able to just put it into AI technology, and it's going to go out and search and do all the work for you. At least that's what the premise is supposed to be. And something on the surge side as well. So, and if you didn't see, then notice that we are finally going to get our own IATA and CLIA number. So that's in the mix right now, and that's telling us that we are definitely moving forward. As you guys know, Chris took over the company from Coach and them, so everything is still under their old system. So now everything is going to be fully integrated into what he's doing and the platforms and everything that he set up. So that's a good thing for us in terms of being able to get some of those vendors back that we had some issues with in the past. So that's great. All that's great signals that things are definitely moving forward and moving in the right place for us as well. So if you haven't registered for convention, please do so. I think the cutoff is going to be coming up within the next week and a half. And everybody continue to push so that we can try to have everybody who's attending walk across the stage. And if there's anything that we can do to help you to achieve that, please just give us a call. Let's schedule it. Let's do what we need to do to help everybody succeed and be recognized at convention. That's and you just heard about the events on July 18th. So let's go ahead and promote those, and everybody who can attend, let's attend and support as well. That's it. Back to you.
All right, to piggyback off of that, anybody who saw my post today, the new TravManity numbers have already been distributed, and at least 2 vendors are now using the new TravManity numbers, and that's Carnival and I think Vax Vacation Access or FunJet. Someone on the team said that they tried to book something with FunJet and they needed the new number. So I know at least those 2 have already switched over. So if you haven't updated your profile, you want to go on and update it, and so that you're using the new numbers, and those new numbers were sent out via your email. So check your email to get those updates. And if not, just call the corporate office and find out where they are. Log into your back office. The new information should be in your back office as well. that's basically it. That's the updates. As you know, on tomorrow night, we have in the DMV, we have our weekly reception, and Nick and I will be the featured presenters. So definitely invite your guests. Even if you can't come, invite your guests. Let's invite. Nick and I are going to start having prizes, maybe monthly prizes for the teammates that actually have the most guests come out, because that's what we're there for. And when you come to a weekly meeting, you learn or you earn. When you don't have a guest, you learn. When you do have a guest, then you earn. And so it's always beneficial. Plus, it's tax write-offs. If you want to attend events, so now you have legitimate tax write-offs that you can actually give to your tax provider and saying that you're working your business. It's difficult at the end of the year to try to say, go to your tax provider and say you're working your business when you haven't done anything. So you want to make sure those receipts actually show proof that you are working your business. So with that being said, it is time for some travel training from our none other than resident travel king himself, Mr. Vincent Payton. And with no further ado, this gentleman loves to have fun, loves helping people, knows 110% of the facts, and definitely has made all kinds of money in this business. I'm going to turn it over to the travel king himself for some training. Mr. Vincent Payton, take it away.
Thanks so much, Nick. Just so you know, I don't know if y'all can see me, but I think my camera is on the fritz. It's like flickering. I don't know. All right, nevertheless, y'all, let's keep it moving.
Yeah, you coming in and out. And then when you are in, it looks like a shadow. So I think you are having some camera issues.
All right. I'm gonna stop playing around with that. I've been doing that for the last 5 minutes. All right, nevertheless, let's get going. Hope everybody's having a great day thus far. Today is the 1st of July, halfway through the year. I think I get smacked in the face every first of every month because I look back at my notes and my whiteboard and I be like, boy, I did not do nothing I was supposed to do. And then I see some things that I be like, oh, I got all that done in these last 30 days. So set those goals. It's the first of the month. You have 31 days this month, one holiday, a whole lot of hot days, a whole lot of days you don't want to be outside. This is the time when you can get some training done. This is the time when you start planning what you're going to do for this fall. And if you got vacation plans, safe travels as well. But it's the first of the month. 6 months has passed since you started those New Year's resolutions. So break out that notebook, go back to your emails, think about what you said on these calls, what you was going to do, how you was going to do it, how you was going to grow your edges back. All of the things that you wanted to do is not too late. You still got 6 more months this year to do it. Let's make it happen. Have fun while you do it. We got convention coming. We got the football season coming. We got a good travel season coming. And every day we're getting closer to a new president. So let's look at all of the possibilities, all of the things that stays on my board. Every day is a new day to get things different in this world. So with that being said, that's my motivation first of the month call and everything of sort. Let's jump right into my training. All right, this is going to be about customer service. Um, Customer service is hard, y'all. Let's just keep it real. It's not easy. People don't read. People, they feel like sometimes when you're working with a travel agent, some people's demeanor is that you all of a sudden work for them and they're your boss and they can talk to you any kind of way. It's a lot of dynamics. It's not every person that's going to book with you. It's not every person that's going to be traveling under your company or just people you communicate with. Some folks are going to be your friends and family. And to be honest with you, some folks are just going to be people you meet and decide to book from you. The first thing is your mindset. I think that's the only thing that we really can control. And if we have our mindset correctly from day one, I promise you it's going to set the tone for the future in terms of how things materialize out with your clients going forward. So, as always, be knowledgeable enough about the travel business that you're representing. Be responsive, meaning if they send you an email, make time to respond. They send you a text, make a time to respond. Even if the response is, hey, I got your voicemail, I got your email, I will be in contact with you in the next 24 hours, one business day. That is being responsive. If you have time to address their questions right then and there, you can, but telling them something. I think the next thing is mindset is you got to be honest. You know, this is not my specialty. Let me contact some of my business partners. I have a lot of things going on right now. I won't have a quote for you for at least another week or two. It's better to be honest up front and set the expectations. As always, be professional. That goes without saying. And then, as I said before, setting those expectations is important. The next thing is the first impressions. A lot of times we're getting those random emails, those random phone calls. Hey, I got your phone number from my friend. You don't even know who they're talking about, but yeah, you got my number. You want to book a trip. Having those first impressions is really very important. Some ways to be able to handle first impressions is asking the questions that you need to ask. Where do you want to travel to? What are you looking for? Let me tell you a little bit about myself. This is where elevator pitches are so important. You can say, hey, I've been in the travel business for over 5 years. I have a team of travel agents that I work with. I'm affiliated with all of the vendors, and I can present to you options that include a low deposit with or without travel insurance, transfers, and I can book anything in the United States of America and worldwide. Quick elevator pitch for first impressions to set the tone, one, for them to, require some respect to what you can provide, but also giving them enough information to kind of get their brain going. So being responsive to giving out your first impressions is also very important. The next thing is getting to a point where you need to communicate expectations. The biggest one is for me, and I talked about it just a second ago, responding and you're setting expectations. If someone emails me today, I email them back. I will have your quote ready for you in the next 3 to 5 business days. That gives me almost a week. If I do it in 24, I look great. If I do it in 2 days, I look great. If I do it in 3, they say, oh, that's pretty cool. But if by chance it's the 5th business day, that's what I said I was going to do. So setting those timelines is very important in terms of setting expectations. Sometimes my schedule doesn't allow me to get in the VAX, look up all of these different flight combinations, all of these different things. Sometimes I need that buffer, and sometimes I do it the same day. And then I always email them back and say, hey, I wanted to get this to you as quickly as possible because I think this is a great vacation. This is the package. Check it out below. And they love it because now they was expecting to get it a week from now, and they got it within the first day. Another thing in terms of communication expectations is telling the individuals the best way to communicate with you. Now, this is one of my things that I'm trying to fix. I have people to contact me on text message, Facebook, DM, inbox, Instagram, WhatsApp, email, phone call, voicemails. Once they leave one message somewhere, I then let them know what is my preferred way of communication. Send me an email is your best option. Text, but I'm not going to be checking all different places to keep up with stuff. So you got to set the expectations of what works best for you. What is one easy way for you to be able to keep up with everything? This is where a CRM can come and be very helpful as well, which is probably some of the things that this company is moving towards in the future. And you'll hear more about that later this year. Office hours. Some people even set office hours because if you're sending those emails at 9 o'clock at night, sometimes they're going to respond. If you respond in your text message at 11 p.m. the following week, guess what? You gave them the green light to be able to text you at 11 p.m. Every email system, Gmail, Yahoo, AOL, should have a scheduled email option. You can write the email up at 9 o'clock at night and schedule it to go out in the morning, and all your emails are always going to be sent between your office hours of 9 to 6. If you work a full-time job, you might work 4 to 9. Whatever time frames you prefer to get your work done, you can do that easily by scheduling your emails to go out to your people. Write it up, put their email address in the email, hit the schedule send button, and then it will go out on a schedule that you want them to have it. So those are things that be able to communicate expectations. The next thing is best customer service is just listen more than you talk. I talk about this all the time. Ask the questions. You know, as Michelle said earlier, she talked to her dentist. Who books your travel? It's a great conversation, open-ended question that can lead to many more questions. What are your travel plans for the summer? What's your plans for 2027 as it relates to travel? Who do you normally book through? Do you prefer out of the country or in the country? All these questions are opportunities for friends, family, people you meet, for them to talk. If you listen, you will be able to take notes. You remember what they say. You then understand what their needs are. If they're telling you that their next 3 vacation is to Australia, Bali, and Bora Bora, off the break, you know that money is pretty plentiful. Their budget, they're experienced travelers willing to travel 18 plus hours away. If they say, you know, their last 3 vacations was to North Carolina and they live in Richmond, then you can kind of see exactly what their expectations are. They're not passport travelers, they're more domestic travelers, stay close to home. Maybe they don't want to fly long distance. You can find all this information just by listening more than you talk. And then the next one is, I'm sorry, the next one is building trust. Trust comes over time. That's communicating in any form. If it's phone, text, email, any way you communicate, you have to build off that communication. You got to say thank you. You got to provide a greeting. You have to provide typically more than enough information to get your customer to trust you in the decisions that you both are making for their future vacation. Understanding building trust typically only happens once. It's the first time you're booking for them. From there, your trust levels should be at a high enough level for them to come back, book with you again, refer you to their friends and family, as well as be able to support you in all of your business and travel endeavors going forward. So the trust is important to be built on the front end and maintained on the back end. And that could mean a happy birthday, you know, a newsletter to them, checking on them from time to time. There's so many different ways where you continue to keep the relationship and continue to build that trust. As we talked about last month, that's where your newsletters come into play. That's where your group trips come into play. Always reminding your customers and clients that you are in the travel business and you have the opportunity to support their needs in travel or someone they know needs in travel. And then last but not least is after the trip, which I also call the follow-up. The follow-up is, I think, is probably the most important piece of our process in terms of a travel agent booking a trip. Because from start, you're getting to figure out where they want to go. You pick a hotel, you pick a flight, they put down a deposit, they're starting to make payments. You're communicating as they're leading up to the trip. They go on the trip, they have a wonderful time. And for some travel agents, that's it. They don't talk to them no more. They don't ask them how the trip was. They don't follow up. I think the most biggest thing is the follow up. It's after the trip. You have to ask those questions. How was everything? Will you travel there again? How did you like the resort? just get them to talk. Did you do any excursions? Is it possible to share some of your photos on my travel page? Can I get a testimonial? Can you refer me to any of your friends? And the referrals is probably the most important thing in the follow-up. It's they already had their memory, the process went perfect, everything went the way they wanted to go. All you now do is ask them to refer you to anybody else that they may know. This is how you build your business. But the follow-up can be done via email or done over the phone. I do both. So a lot of times when my clients come back, I wait 24 to 48 hours. I write up an email that I have, send it out to them, and the email is pretty straightforward. I want to thank you again for using VP Productions Travel for your trip. I hope you made some great memories, blah, blah, blah. If it's anything I could have done better or anything that we can improve upon, please let me know. I would love to hear about the trip. Feel free to email me back or give me a call. For some people, I've created that relationship where I would just text them and say, hey, give me a call. I want to talk to you about the trip, especially if it's to a resort that I've never been to or I'm curious how they enjoyed it. Because the first week is really when everything is fresh on your client's mind. If you wait 2 months and be like, oh yeah, by the way, I haven't talked to you in 90 days. How was your trip 3 months ago? It's not the same excitement when you catch them within that first week. So I think the follow-up is important because that's when you get the referrals. That's when you create the long term. And you also have the opportunity to set expectations once again. Well, I'm glad I booked this trip for you. Look out for some of my group trips that me and my team members do throughout the year. I'll be sending you a newsletter. I look to hear from you on your birthday. I'll reach out to you, whatever the case may be. You now set those expectations. You can set a reminder on your phone on November 18th is that person's birthday. Contact Regina for her birthday. Get that reminder on your phone and you will surprise them again on your birthday. If you have a CRM, you can load all the information in there and then the system can do it for you. But the follow-up after the trip, I think, is so critical to your success. Most of my referrals is when I ask for them. You can't assume and you can't expect people to do it unless you ask for the referral. I don't care if you book with me or if you didn't book with me, I'm going to ask you for the referral. I had sob stories. I'm a single father raising a young child. Anything you can do to tell others about my business, I would really appreciate it. They can contact me by my email, my website, text message, any way they want to contact me. Please let your friends and family know about my company and how you can help me. You also can do it on a professional matter. If you know anybody else that likes to travel and they want to be able to get a package deal, save some money, please give them my phone number or my information because I really, really need the business to be able to work it from a referral standpoint than trying to go out and find new customers. And I'd rather work with people I know and the people, associates of people I know. That's another one. Another one I haven't used this one in a while. I always say talk things in the present tense or future tense. So since you went on this great trip, I am now officially your travel agent. I don't ask for permission. I'm just telling you, I don't ask their permission. I'll tell them, I am now your official travel agent. I booked this trip for you. You had a great time. As your travel agent, please contact me anytime you want to travel. But more importantly, if any of your coworkers, friends, or family ever need a travel agent, please refer them to me, and I always will look out for you in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, looking out for someone in the future could mean anything. That means that they get first treatment on the email response. That could be them thinking that you got them a discount because you use a promo code. But letting people know there's an incentive for them is always a way for them to feel like they got some skin in the game. They get something in return for being able to refer. And a lot of times what happens is they come back to you and say things like, hey, I gave your phone number to my coworker. They should be calling you within the next couple of days. I just wanted to let you know. You don't care how the referrals come in. You want to process them because anybody who contacts you could be a big time VIP client, it could be a destination wedding, a group trip, or a client that's going to be booking from you for years to come. So the referral is one of the best and biggest things that I think that you got to focus on when you're building customer service. So with that being said, I think out of my sloppy notes I wrote on this piece of paper, I think that's really it. Uh, Yeah, I think I touched on all of the things that I wanted to touch on that I think is important. And again, this is really just trying to build on your clients and customer service, as well as how you can be able to retain all of your clients at every opportunity. It's really building the trust and getting them through the whole process. As you do it, you will get much, much easier at it. It will become second nature. You would do it without thinking. You will see the way the business is building from year to year and month to month because you will start getting more and more referrals in addition to what you're doing on social media, in addition to your business cards, in addition to meeting people. All of these things combined gets you a portfolio of clients where you can start saying to yourself, I have 12 to 15 clients every calendar year. I make on average $500 per person. This is how you make $7,000 without blinking an eye every year just by booking travel. And this doesn't include your Vortex. This doesn't include the money you save. It doesn't include the tax breaks. It doesn't include the group trips. This is just individual clients that you can book through ALG vacations, Vax vacations, price agencies, anything you want to book from any booking engine. These are the clients that you start to work now, it will pay off in the future. So, with that being said, that is my travel training, and I will relinquish my time back to Ms. Nag, Director Amber.
All right, that was absolutely amazing. So, great points in terms of customer service is so important. And so, did we have any questions, any issues, questions, comments, or concerns?
The CRM.
You said, what is it?
Yes.
A CRM is a customer relationship management system, basically. A CRM, the purpose of it is to manage your contacts, basically. However, CRMs are starting to become much more complex than what they were before. There's some that have AI integrated in them. But basically, to answer your question, Rose, I'll give you an example of what a CRM is. You would I will enter Rose, your name in, your email address. I can enter in like your date of birth, in some notes about you, from South Carolina, loves to travel, have kids, grandkids. You can put in information about each one of your clients. And then you can set up different rules. I can have a rule to say, send the email to everybody in my contact list on their birthday. I will write up the email, and on their birthday, automatically, the system will go into the email and send out a happy birthday message. Another way a CRM works is it manages them through a process. And what I mean by that, if you wanted to go on a trip, I will enter your trip request into the CRM, and it would tell me when to follow up. It will it's like a reminder. It's going to say follow up with Rose. You told her 3 days, business days. Today is the last day to follow up with Rose. It would say stuff like, her final payment is coming up in 7 days. It does all of those things for you. You do have to enter in the information. One thing for now, I would say for everyone on the call, if you already don't have a CRM, I would say let's hold off on it. Good things are coming. And I would say this company will probably more than likely have a CRM in place sometime early next year at the latest or earliest, I would say. But yes, that's what the CRMs. There's several different companies. Some of them are free. Some of them have a low monthly maintenance fee, maybe, $14, $15, $20. It really depends on how big the system gets and how much you are managing within it. But that's what it is.
We have a by default CRM when you send videos out from your app. All that information is captured in your app. You just go back, pull up the people who you sent videos to, and then whatever notes you had put in there should already be in there. But that's only if you send out some of the videos.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. Were there any more issues, questions, comments, or concerns? All right, hearing none, we're going to go on and end this call. Vincent, thank you so much for that phenomenal training. For all of our executives, thank you for joining us on this call this evening. Hopefully you got something that you can actually put in place immediately. And hopefully you learned something because at the end of the day, it's all about customer service and it's all about being better. So hopefully we'll see you on tomorrow for if you're in the DMV, for our weekly reception. Tomorrow, you and your guests. And if not, we look forward to seeing you on Tuesday night when we do our presentation every Tuesday night. And definitely bring your guests on. But if they can't get on that night, definitely get them on a date and time that's most convenient for them. So I want to thank everybody for joining us on the line. Definitely keep doing what you're doing. I'm so proud of everybody. For working your business, having some kudos, shout outs, and high fives for yourself, working your business and making a difference in your life and other people's lives as well. So with no further ado, we're going to end this call. Thank you so much for joining us. Y'all have a good night and God bless. Bye-bye.
Colors red, white, and blue for the meeting tomorrow.
Red, white, and blue.
Thank you. Excellent presentation.